Hey, hello everyone. Now that we are fully into the second week of the new year for 2020 in January, I wanted to take a little time and talk about New Year, new goals. So, if you're interested in hearing some things about New Year's resolution, New Year goal setting, go ahead and stay tuned and continue listening in. If you are not a subscriber of the She Oils YouTube channel, why don't you go ahead and click on the subscribe button and then click on the bell so that you can be notified when new content is available. And so, one of my goals for this year is to be more intentional with keeping you guys updated with healthy tips, all things essential oils, aromatherapy, life hacks, all those good things. So, I am definitely excited for another year to be here in the land of the living. Um, I know a lot of people sometimes give New Year's resolutions like a bad rap. I know some people are like, I don't need a resolution. I don't believe in resolutions. You just need to do what you need to do. Then there's the other half of the world that's like, no, I started weight loss journeys on a New Year's resolution and I'm doing well. So when I thought about New Year's resolutions, I just kind of wanted to share, my personal take is not to get caught up in what you call it. But at some point, all adults should be taking an introspective look and want to do better, want to have new goals, want to accomplish some new things, whether that's business or personal family. You want to get married, you want to have children. Um, it's okay to have goals. So it doesn't really matter when you call them. Does it have to start on January 1st? Not necessarily. But if they start on October 10th, is it still not a new year, new quarter goals? What have you? However you want to divvy them up. But I will share a few of my personal goals and some healthy lifestyle things that I do plan to incorporate. So one of the things, I like to look at is like personal growth. And so just like me as the person, you guys know that I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I wear many hats. I have my hands in a few different business ventures. But one of the things that I've realized is important is not to lose sight of me, the person. Because, I can do mom duties, I can do wife duties, I can do business duties, but there is a whole woman inside of this person. And so, for my personal growth, some of the things that I wanted to do is definitely to increase physical activity. Notice I didn't say go to the gym 5 days a week or 7 days a week or 3 days a week. Um, because I have tried those goals and they haven't always worked out. So if I can be strategic and make my goals a little what we call in my former life of being a social worker, SMART goals. They need to be specific, S. They need to be measurable, M. They need to be attainable, A. They need to be realistic, and that's where we struggle, R. And they definitely need to have kind of a time confirmed an end to it. Just it can't be a perpetual goal. So increased physical activity, can that mean going to the gym? Absolutely. Can that mean doing, family outdoor activities, hiking, camping, biking? All of those things are included in that. And so, and I like to set my goals again, very smart, very measurable, and very realistic and attainable. So our goals for the family are one family activity a month. Chasing around three kids all day, homeschooling. I'm moderately active. Another thing I wanted to do is cleaner eating. And so with cleaner eating, everyone is on fad diets and keto and I don't know if they do Atkins anymore, but I really want to just focus on cleaner eating. When you understand the relationship between the gut and the brain and that GI tract, you understand that a couple of times a year, you want to do a detox. Now, you don't do a detox and then continue eating the same crap. That doesn't work. But Young Living has tons of supplements to help kind of clean out that mucoid plaque, things that just build up in your digestive tract over time from eating a lot of processed food, from eating tons of wheat and gluten, those things with flour in it, pasta, rice, cakes, donuts, all the good things, the bread. But there are several vitamins that you can take. There's Comfort Tone and Multigreens and Juvaflex and Juvatone. There's so many different things that you can take and how to have Young Living products support you in your healthy goals. In clean eating, I also realized after you kind of detox your system, and I do want to do a colonic. I'm trying to get that scheduled out very soon. So for all of you all who had a colonic, why don't you drop me comments and let me know what that process was like? Did you do an open or a closed system? Not really too certain, but I'm really interested. So anyway, I digress. But once you've cleaned and detoxed your system, you want to start making sure that you're replacing it with real whole healthy foods. So meal planning and meal prepping is something that is very strategic in my house, so that we're not eating out and grabbing the nearest Leo's pizza, because nobody prepared or planned for what the meal was that day. Meal planning and prepping is weekly at my house. I have to sit down, take an inventory of what's in the pantry, and I will ask each of my children and sometimes my husband, what is the meal that you want this week? Write out the menu items, bring them to me. First, go check to see if we have them in the pantry and refrigerator. Um, so the next thing that I want to make sure that we incorporate, it kind of falls in line with the clean eating, is that when you have clean eating, you definitely tend to have healthier skin. Now, I've had some breakouts. I usually get a lot of these hormonal breakouts. Typically, when you see acne and things below the mouth line, that has to do with your hormones. And so, again, Young Living has tons of supplements and oils to support hormones. I left my supplements book upstairs. Had to come down here to the call it the dungeon, but the basement. It's not the best background, but it has a nice fireplace. So I got evicted because people were making too much noise. I digress again. So the supplements book I did leave upstairs, but for things for your hormones, there are tons of things. I'm taking currently Thiamin at night, right before I go to bed. There's tons of oils, Progessence Plus, serum. There's clary sage. There's so many different things that you can take to support your hormones. One of my favorite products that Young Living has is called Dragon Time. They have the Dragon Time oil, and then they have a Dragon Time massage oil, and it comes in about an 8-ounce box, a pump bottle, and it's easier to apply than trying to get the oils out of the little thing. Another thing that happens when you're eating clean is that, again, your skin starts to clear up. So I have a great recipe for a facial scrub using lavender. I use raw sugar so that you can kind of get the exfoliating, and a little bit of coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, for those hard to reach places and things that are having a little more stubborn sense of not wanting to get clean and the impurities coming out of your skin. So in addition to doing all those things, I want to definitely make sure that I'm taking time I want to increase my non-school curriculum reading. I read a lot of textbooks and curriculum books for the kids, but I don't necessarily make the time, or I haven't made the time for myself. So again, my goals are SMART. Small, measurable, attainable, realistic, with time sensitivity. So my goal is to read 6 books this year. That may not seem like a lot. People read hundreds of books, in the new year. That's great. I'm glad. Kudos to you. Hats off to you. That's not my story. I have a very busy life, homeschooling 3 children. I teach with a company called VIP Kids in the morning, teaching kids in China ESL. As you guys know, that I am an essential oil educator. I'm also a host of a podcast called She Works. Check us out on all of your podcast listening platforms. So my hands are busy. So for me to say, 6 books is a measurable, realistic goal for me, that is what I'm going to stick to. So that is just a personal growth for me. But again, don't let New Year's resolutions give you a bad rap, or make people feel like, they're not going to stick to it. Everybody's in the gym the first quarter of the year. Well, good for them. That's where they should be. And even if it only lasts for 3 months, well, you know what? For those 3 months, they were the healthiest they are going to be that year. But, let's not kick people when they're down. Let's try to support each other, and, ask people, hey, what are some goals you have this year, and how can I support you? How can I help keep you accountable? Because that's a big part of goal setting. If we set tons of goals but have nobody, and I mean nobody, checking up on us to let us know how those goals are going, or for us to report how they're going, how do we know that we're doing okay? How do we know that we're progressing? So it's always good to be introspective. Use your oils, use your supplements, get that body reset. If weight loss is a primary goal for you, because, being healthy is very important, right? And so we just want to take care of these temples as long as we are stewards over them. So I just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in. And if you have any suggestions about other topics you'd like to see, particularly with oils and Young Living, drop them in the comments below, and I will try to get to them. Until then, you guys have a great start of your new year.